Weezy, J-Ho,
Is there?
y'all have a yellow box for the listeners.
Yes, sir. This week's yellow box recipient is J-Boy, Dabo Swinney.
So the modern game, college football, involves the transfer portal and NIL, which Clemson head coach Dabo Swinney has refused to embrace over the past few seasons. Now, he refused to give up on his, and I quote, Clemson way approach in a move that shouldn't be a surprise to anyone. It was revealed that Clemson is the only Power 4 team, it's crazy hearing that, without a commitment from the transfer portal this season. Since the end of the 2023 season, Clemson has lost 13 players to the portal. It is a bold strategy because that is not how college football or college basketball is working right now. That doesn't mean it won't work. It just would be outside of the norm to win in that conference without a vast amount of transfer portal guys. So, guys, why won't Dabo Swinney conform to the norm?
Okay, so it's two things right here. Either he knows he has the trust of the athletic directors and the boosters that they will give him time to bring in freshmen and actually build them up to become players that he wants, or he's just bucking the system. Because if you have the time where you know if you have a bad season or two and they're not going to fire you, then you can do this because you can go get the players you want that are freshmen. They still got NIL, I'm sure. So you can still pay those guys like everybody else is paying them, and you have the time to develop them because that's basically what the transfer portal has done now. There's no more developing the kid. If you get the kid, he's a freshman or a sophomore, and he kills on your level, he's going to transfer to go get the bag probably, or if they not happy with their playing time, they're going to transfer. That's just what the transfer portal's gone to now. So he must have the trust of his administration, I guess you could say, that they'll let him develop kids.
Or he's still rolling off that one championship. What you got, Weezy?
Well, I think he's gonna play himself out this way because, true enough, he might have the trust of his administration, but at the same time, the way that he's recruiting is a smaller pool now because everybody else is getting money and transferring. So the freshman he gonna have to give him a boatload of money
to keep
him, or they're gonna go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Which I mean, they can give him the money.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I don't think they're giving him money.
Now now he gonna be in trouble.
Yeah. Now I think he dead ass is just stuck on the way that he won a championship, and I think this will be the reason that he gets fired. The funny thing about in that conference, they can mosey their way into still making a big splash in a 12-team playoff. It's a weak conference, man. They should be able to sneak their way right into a playoff appearance. And on top of that, I think he needs more and more about keeping his job compared to anything else.
Yeah, and because the likelihood of you getting the Trevor Lawrences without paying
in 2024
is slim to none.
Yeah,
it's too many schools that'll pay him for his services.
1,000%.
But since they won the 12 teams this year, Dabo ain't been no less than 12 in the last 4 or 5 years.
Soon to be 14. So you look at that, like
so he'll get in the playoffs.
Yeah,
he probably won't. I mean, it depends on where he sees up
and what they call successful.
Yeah. But he'll get in the playoffs.
Yeah. But they'll get in the playoffs and get annihilated, curb stomped.
Now they'll probably win the first game
because you can lose 2 games this year and get in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because if they get in the playoffs, they may not necessarily. They're not going to get the bye, so they're not going to have to play the powerhouse teams first. Yeah. So he'll probably still get a college football playoff win.
I'm not saying his strategy won't work. It's just, man, it's a little bit outside of the norm. It'd be hard to win like that. I'll take that to Dabo. Talk to him.
Yeah,
Get it squared away.
Yeah, let him talk some ACC talk to you.